Akash Shinsi, your favorite reflection of you. I've been reading Peter Drucker's The Effective Executive over the past week or so, and wow, it's amazing learning from it. First off, for those of you who don't know, Peter Drucker was one of the founders of the management consulting industry. And when I say management consulting, what I mean is that these are the people who come from the outside, from outside of a company. They come inside of a company, and they say to the management team or the people running the company, they'll tell them, look, these are the ways in which you can improve the company, whether it depends on what the consultant specializes in. So it could be the sales of the company, it could be the operations, it could be the staffing of the company, anything. It could really goes across all different things, the strategy. So this is what management consultants do, is they go to companies and they're like, hey, look, I know you guys have been doing your thing, you guys are leaders in XYZ. How can we dial that up? Or how can we make you more effective? And Drucker, so we've seen hundreds of companies, literally like Fortune 500 companies, all the top companies that you're thinking of, like anything really that you're thinking of, you're like, them, probably a high likelihood that he's worked with them. I think Drucker has since passed, but his tales and philosophies around management still are around, and I've been tapping into this source specifically just as he's super well known in the management consulting world. Now, Drucker defines effectiveness as getting the right things done. And I thought this was really interesting because historically I had always thought of effectiveness was the same as efficiency. In other words, if you were efficient at doing something, I thought you were effective too. And as I listened to his definition, I realized that's not the case. You could be very efficient at getting some type of work done, but that does not at all mean that you are effective at getting something done. In other words, as I defined it earlier, efficiency is being able to produce something, some type of output, whether it be a product or a service, in a way that minimizes resources or minimizes costs. Now, costs could be time, money, etc. Whereas effectiveness is getting the right things done. So it has not; these don't necessarily have to do with each other, these two concepts. And you guys are probably like, well, yeah, duh, they're different names, they're different words. Like, how did you not know that? Well, it's like, well, call me stupid, but I continue to learn and uncover more and more. And yeah, I have no problem calling myself stupid sometimes. You have a problem with that? Let's go. I'm just kidding around. No, but seriously, but what I really found most interesting about this topic was that it's getting the right things done. Like, we can get anything done in a day. I could be sending out emails to whomever. That doesn't mean it's the right thing to be doing for the business. And so the effective executive gets the right things done and executes on the right things. In other words, they're able to see what's important from what's not important. And how do you define importance? How do you understand importance? Well, it depends on your business, but high likelihood is it comes down to where's your revenues, what are your costs, what are your expenses? And then managing the two of them, either kind of driving the revenue or cutting the costs or some such thing. So to that degree, it's fascinating to me that getting the right things done. Now, Drucker goes on to talk about many different things within the book itself, and goes through a bunch of principles that he's found from effective executives. In other words, he's boiled down that an effective executive doesn't look like the same type of person. In other words, they're not all like top graduates of business schools, or they're not all farmers, or like they come in all shapes and sizes. There's nothing in terms of the way that they look. It doesn't have anything to do with that. And most importantly, Drucker talks about how effectiveness is all learned. So it's not something that you're born with, which is probably a misconception where there's a huge misconception that leaders are born. Newsflash, that's fucking bullshit. Leaders are not born. Leaders are made and created. And to me, this is such a beautiful concept because you can learn how to get the right things done. You can learn how to be effective. And that is so powerful for anyone who really wants to do anything in terms of leadership or any type of managing. So, and we manage our own lives. So like at the end of the day, if you want to get the most out of life, I've found that those who want to get the most out of life manage themselves well. They're like, okay, these are the things that I want to do. These are the things that I want to like do for fun. These are the things that I want to do for money. These are the things I want to do for spirituality. These are the things I want to do for my health. And so by managing yourself better, or by learning management itself, in and of itself, you're really improving in it's, the way I see it is your quality of life. You're learning how to get the most out of life and do the things that you want to do. So, I don't know. This is what I've been up to. This is what I've been reading. This is how I've been spending my time recently. Keep up. Thrive. Stay sexy.